guys, welcome to a later than usual Friday Waffle. I'm saying later, I mean it depends what time you're watching this at, but I'm actually recording this at it's 11:15 on Friday. I didn't get back for work. I was actually at a meeting today in Glasgow. I thought it was going to finish about about 3, and it didn't finish till the back of 5, so I didn't get home till the back of 6. And by the time I had my dinner, took the dogs out for a walk, it's like time to go to bed, and I'm like, shit, I've still got this Friday Waffle to do, so yeah, here it is. So yeah, I hope you've had an alright week. If I'm a bit down in the dumps, it's not because I'm pissed off, I'm just really tired. I was kind of thinking about not doing this tonight and recording it tomorrow, but I've got a few bits and pieces on tomorrow. I've actually got a stag do tomorrow night through in Glasgow, so I've got quite a busy day tomorrow. But anyway, like I said, I hope you've had a decent week. Weather wise, it's been bloody rubbish. In fact, it's almost 11 o'clock now. You can tell the nights are fair drawn in. It's getting darker earlier and earlier now, and I think it's not long before winter is going to be upon us. We've seen that looking at the weather we've had. It's not been cold, but it's just been shite, pissing the rain. Work wise, it's been absolutely pandemonium. It really has, really busy. So I'm pretty relieved it's the weekend. Get a couple of days off. So what have I been up to? I was at the computer club on Tuesday. What was I playing? What did I take along? Yeah, I took along my Dreamcast, with the whatever it's called, the SD interface thing. Amazing bit of kit, it really is. Like a lot of things that I get, I buy these things, play them for a bit, and then kind of forget about them. But it got plenty of use. We were playing 4-player Bomberman, and it's when there was 4 of us were sitting playing this game. And yeah, the graphics aren't the greatest, quite simplistic gameplay, but you just realise just how good games were back in the day. I really miss being able to stand shoulder to shoulder with somebody and playing a video game. You miss the camaraderie, the sort of the piss taking, the slagging somebody when you kill them, whatever. It just shows you that that element to games we don't have anymore, and that's a shame. It's all online, but you can't beat real life head-to-head gaming with our friends, so that was good. One of the games I saw, and I'm not a big fan of the game, but I saw this one and I thought I've got to get that, and it was Sonic Mania. If you've been watching YouTube at all, you couldn't help but fail to notice a new Sonic game. Now, I was never a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I don't know what it was. I think anytime I saw somebody playing it, it was always 100 miles an hour, completing a level as quickly as possible, and I always thought it was quite a shallow game. But then a few people said to me, no, you need to, you don't have to run quick all the time. Try and get as many rings as you can. Try and complete the level. So anyway, back to sort of the story. I'm not a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan, but one of the guys, Mike, he had bought it was Sonic Mania for the PS4, and I've got to say it just looked amazing. It really did. I'm not a fan of these new old style games. All your games that seem to be really popular, if you've got a PlayStation Plus account, that seems to be the kind of standard fare that they give you for your free games. But all these indie games, modern games, but they're done to look pixelated, I'm not a fan of these. But this Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic Mania as it's called, it's basically a mashup of, I think, taking the best bits of the 3 original Sonic the Hedgehog games and turn it into one game. But the way they've done the graphics, it's HD, it's gloriously coloured. It's so vibrant looking, really beautiful looking, but it looks authentically old. It doesn't look like a new old style game. It looks like an old style game that's just had a licky paint and been given lots and lots of colours. But It all plays at 60 frames a second, and it just, I wasn't playing it, my mate Mike was playing it, but I just thought that looked amazing. So when I got back on, I think it was on the Wednesday night, I downloaded it for the Switch. I did do I watched a few YouTube videos, you know, what is the best version. It's out for the Switch, it's out for the PS4, and it's out for the Xbox. And they basically said that they couldn't see any difference between any of the three versions. I mean, they had them all running side by side. They said they all look astonishing. The only slight downside was apparently the Switch, is it two of the bonus levels were slightly juddery. The frame rate dropped ever so slightly, but they reckon that'll be, you know, that'll get picked up in a sort of patch. So I bought it for the Switch. It's download only. In fact, I think I heard that it might be coming out in card for the Switch, but I downloaded it. It wasn't a particularly big download. It's £16, and the fact that you can play it on the Switch, obviously on the TV and on a handheld, that was the main reason I went for the Switch one, because I want to be able to play it sort of handheld wise as well. So really nice. I'll probably will do a video of it. I don't do many videos of kind of modern systems, but I think I will do a video of this in action. If you like Sonic the Hedgehog and you've got a modern console, then I suggest you go and buy it. I mean, just watch other YouTube videos, you know, there's plenty out there really bigging it up. It's a lovely game. So that's, yeah, that was a computer club. Anything else? Oh, before I forget, as I always do, you know, I can't make this video and not mention what's been going on in the news recently, in particular the Barcelona terrorist attacks. I mean, it's now been confirmed it was a terrorist attack. It's I've got nothing to add to what probably other people have said. It's just, it's shocking. It's so sad when you see people doing what they're doing, and the thing is, the guys that are doing it, I mean, they're victims as well. I mean, it's young kids, and it's the fact that these young kids are getting radicalised, are getting brainwashed into thinking this is the right thing to do. But what really kind of brought this one home to me more than others is one of my mates and his wife were in Barcelona last weekend. They were in the area where the van sort of drove along the pavement. You know, and you're thinking, if that had been a week before, it could have been them. If they had been a week after, it could have been them. You know, just awful, absolutely awful. So, you know, my condolences go out to anybody that's been affected by this. It's just it really is truly sad. Yeah, anyway, trying to get more upbeat. I was playing the Wii. Why did I play? What was I playing the Wii for? I can't remember. There was a reason I decided. I mean, the Wii's one of these machines. I've got the hard disk. I think I've got about 270 games for it, all in the hard disk. And it's one of these machines that I've not used for ages and ages. But I put it on the other day there. I can't remember why. Yeah, I've really not. I can't remember at all why I put it. You know what it was? I wanted to see if I had that Left 4 Dead game. Not Left 4 Dead 3. Left 4 Dead. It was a kind of new one that came out by Sega. I wanted to see if I had that, which I do have it. It's a kind of light gun, light gun game. You know what I mean? You use the Wii remote thing. But yeah, my daughter came through when I had the Wii on. She's like, "Oh, Dad, can we play some games?" So we ended up, what were we playing? Raven Rabbits. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I mean, graphically wise, the Wii hasn't aged particularly well. I mean, even when it came out, it didn't look as good as the Xbox 360 and PS3. So graphically wise, it's not the greatest looking console. But what a laugh we had, you know. The Wii probably had, maybe I had just as many, but I would probably say it had more shovelware games, i.e. games that were absolutely shite, garbage, released for it. But in amongst all that crap, there were some really good games. So we played that, we played Raven Rabbits, we played, what do you call it, Wii Sports Resort, which is awesome. You need to have the extra, I don't know, I can't remember what it was called, the Wii Remote Advance or something. It's a little bit that clipped into the bottom of it, and it basically gave you more accurate movement. But yeah, the Wii Sport Resort is amazing. I mean, there's games like ping pong or table tennis, as we call it, ping pong, table tennis. There's various other games, and the movement is so realistic. You really, really feel like you're actually playing the sport. So yeah, we've been getting stuck into Wii. Really good fun again. We need to play it more often. Right, one minor little topic I want to talk about is the downside to original hardware. Now, a few guys on the channel were, I must have mentioned that the Atari 7800. A few people were asking me if I could do a video. I think I did do a look at video, but they wanted to see me feature some 7800 games. So I thought, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I dug it out the cupboard, remembered that the only way I can actually tune it is using the RF signal. So I plugged it into my smaller TV, and I probably spent an hour trying to get a decent picture. The picture was so shite, it really was. So I gave up and I plugged it into the bigger TV, and it was marginally better, but still not great. But I thought, you know what, it is what it is. So I started recording some games, and the quality on camera was just bloody god awful, really, really woeful. So I had a look online. In fact, one of my mates, Chris, UK Gadget 164, or Gadget UK 164 I should say, I contacted Chris. Now Chris, what he doesn't know about soldering and fixing stuff, it's not worth knowing. He's an absolute genius. I contacted Chris to ask him would there be any chance of him modding the Atari for me, the 7800. And what he told me was apparently he'd done a couple himself, and he says it's a complete ball ache, and he found that the kit that he fitted to his actually made the picture worse. So I've kind of decided against it. So it basically means that the only way I can play the Atari 7800 is if I connect it up through the RF lead. Now, I don't know if I can actually be arsed with that, because when I was recording a few games on it, I realised the quality was quite frankly garbage. I mean, I've never been one for good quality videos on my videos, but this was, I mean, a few videos I've made recently where I've been sort of playing real hardware, recording the TV. I mean, I'm using my camera like I'm just now, not my camera on my phone, and I've noticed that it picks up the picture's extra bright, and it ends up looking kind of black and white. And it was the same for this Atari 7800. The games looked like they were in black and white. There was really no colour coming through. When you had a particularly black screen, you could see the picture wasn't in tune. So you know what, I think I recorded 2 or 3 games, and I thought, nah, this is a waste of time, complete waste of time. So I went downstairs and I fired up the emulator on the 7800, and the games look perfectly. You can put CRT effects and that in it. They look perfect. It allows me to record good looking games rather than some real shitty picture through an RF on a TV. So it's just, it got me thinking about, I really do enjoy real hardware, as you know. I much prefer playing real hardware to playing emulators. But with my experience with the 7800, after fanning about with it for an hour, I put it back up in the cupboard and I thought to myself, am I ever likely to play this again? The truthful answer is probably not. And the thing is, I've got a few consoles which, well, I don't know if you can mod them. You probably can, but I don't have the expertise to mod them. Make them composite, whatever it is. My Atari, is it Junior 2600, whatever it is, you can do that. That's RF only. My ColecoVision is RF only. There's no SCART thing available for it. And it's kind of got me thinking about, should I start downsizing the collection? I mean, I've got so many consoles, connected up in cupboards, and I've got to look and think, when did I last play it? But the problem with me is, I think to myself, well, I could sell it, and then I look on eBay and I think, well, I could get 50 quid for it. And I think to myself, would I rather have £50, which will probably get frittered away on nothing, or should I just keep it? And I always come back to, I should just keep it. So it's not the money side of things. I suppose if somebody came to me and says, right, you know, I'll take that, and that off you, and I'll give you £500, then I'd maybe be more inclined to do that. But I'm naturally a hoarder, and you know, I think to myself, well, the money I'm going to get for selling something isn't worth selling it. I'd be as well hanging on to it. But I don't know, I'm saying this just now, and I know probably I won't sell anything, because that's the type of person I am. But yeah, the RF thing, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I don't know how many, 75% of my consoles are connected via SCART. Now, I don't think any modern TV allows you to, come with built-in SCART. I mean, SCART is outdated. We've had HDMI for I don't know how many years. I mean, that TV I've got through in the living room is 10 years old. Yeah, I got it in 2007 when I moved into this house. That's 10 years old, so HDMI has been around for 10, 11, 12 years. So I don't think any modern TV now is going to have a SCART cable. So technically it means that when the last of the old CRTVs die, or SCART enabled TVs die, then there's not going to be any way for me to play these games. I think that would probably be the time when I would decide, right, enough's enough, let's sell them on and just keep consoles that I'm going to play. But I don't know, I'm just going through a wee phase at the moment, thinking I've not had much of time to use them. Could I make better use? I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not desperate, but I'm really keen to get the PSVR. Don't have any money to buy it. You know, and I'm thinking, well, how could I fund it? Yeah, I could sell stuff that I don't use, but I know I would probably have to sell quite a number of systems to raise that kind of money, and I know when it came to it, I just probably wouldn't go through with it. So yeah, that's the only downside to collecting original hardware, is you've got to fanny about RF cables, and modern TVs are just really not good for RF signals, they really aren't. And like I says, you know, SCART enabled TVs could become harder to get, so it could be that in 5 years time it's going to be hard to get anything that plays them. So yeah, what are your thoughts? I mean, I know there are modern solutions out there. I think there are people, I think it is possible to connect SCART to HDMI. Is that possible? Actually, that's something interesting. I need to actually look on eBay and see if there is such a thing, because then that way I could consider, you know, if the TV that I've got, I mean the two TVs that I've got have both got two SCART sockets on them, so that's fine. But you know, I maybe need to future proof it for the next time I have to get a new TV. If I could use SCART to HDMI, if that's even a thing, I don't know if that actually works. So yeah. That's better. Getting quite dry mouth here. So anyway, that's kind of all I've got to talk about. I've not had a great deal of time, guys, this week to really come up with anything original to talk about. So to kick things off, I've got I've got quite a few questions this week. Mr. Down the Rabbit Hole Kev: I needed to clear up some space for a video, and although I had used what I needed from the footage, part of me regrets deleting stuff I hadn't used. Do you ever feel that way? Probably, actually, yes, Kev. I mean, I don't really do a lot of editing with my videos. You can probably tell that. I mean, I very rarely. Oh, you know, I mean, for example, if you didn't see me, I walked to the tap to get a drink of water. I wouldn't leave that in, so I'd edit that part out. But I tend to not delete much. There's been times where I've maybe said something and I'm like, I shouldn't have said that, you know, for whatever reason. Or sometimes I just maybe don't like the way something's come across. I'll occasionally edit something out, but in the main, I just put it straight out there. I upload the file from my phone onto the computer, bang the intro and outro on, and away you go. So it doesn't take me too long to edit, as you can probably tell. So yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, there's been times where I've I've recorded a video and the sound has been atrocious. It's usually when I'm doing a Blimey It's Only interviewing somebody, and there's been a couple of times where the sound is really, really bad, and I've had to reluctantly kind of delete it. But in the main, Kev, I don't edit stuff out, unless of course, like I said, I've maybe stopped to go to the toilet or somebody's interrupted, whatever. I mean, I noticed, was it my waffle? I made a video a couple of weeks ago, and I'd actually added it in twice and I didn't realise, and so when the video ends, it then plays the video again. So you know me by now, I'm not the most professional. I'm a complete amateur when it actually comes to video editing and that kind of stuff. You tend to get exactly what I say, and that way it's easier. It takes up less time. I mean, trying to find the time to make videos just now is difficult. I did make a batch of them when I was on holiday a few weeks ago, but but yeah, to answer the question, Kev, I very rarely delete any video. If I can use it, I use it. If it's something that I'm really strongly against, or maybe, I don't know, said something like, not untoward, but sometimes you'll say something you're like, that doesn't sound right, or that sounds stupid, whatever, but generally I just record it and bang it straight onto YouTube. So secondly, on a forum I'm a member of, someone commented, do all of us have a YouTube channel or website we're trying to push? And it made me wonder if groups of enthusiasts grow tired of us who make videos out of the subject we all enjoy. Have you ever run into that? Do your friends at the computer club ever roll their eyes and say, oh no, not another YouTuber? No, I don't think so. I mean, the guys in my computer club are quite supportive of the channel. I know they watch it. I know a few of the guys watch it. Certainly a couple of the guys do comment. There's 2 or 3 that watch it quite regular, which is excellent. No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think I was going to say, I don't think in real life, like people I see on a day-to-day basis, anyone else has a YouTube channel. But my mate Dave Campbell, he's got his Retro Memories one, and incidentally, Dave did take a couple of weeks off, but he did come out with a cracking episode all about his memories of the Commodore 64, so go and check him out. So yeah, Dave makes videos, but apart from Dave, I don't think there's anyone else I really know that I see in real life, as in face to face, that actually has a channel. So no, I mean, I don't in the main, I don't really talk about my YouTube channel to anybody. I mean, people know I've got it. I mean, I came out, so to speak, on Facebook telling people that I'm a video gamer and I've got a YouTube channel, because I was kind of frightened, somebody's going to find out that I've got a YouTube channel and going to post it on Facebook and everyone's going to laugh at me. Well, I basically preempted that with telling people I've got a YouTube channel, but it's not something I ever mention, even at the computer club. I'll maybe talk about something, I'll say, oh, I don't know if you watched my waffle, I mentioned that, and I'll say, yeah, but in the main, anything that people say about my channel, it's always very positive, but there's not many people that I see face to face. I mean, at my work, I did mention, I think it was last Christmas actually, about having a channel, and a few guys said, oh, it's great what you do, we've watched a few videos that you've done, we think it's excellent. But in the main, don't mention it. I mean, I strictly keep video games separate from my personal life. Is it because I'm embarrassed about it? No, I don't think so, but there's too many narrow-minded people that would take great delight and take the piss out of you, you play video games, whatever. So I tend to find I keep my video games separate from my other side, and I think that kind of works pretty well for me. So, but nah, generally, Kev, I've never really had any negativity about having a YouTube channel. And if anybody says, oh no, not another one, then I would just roll your eyes at them and let them. That's their sad life. Finally, since we're halfway through August, the back to school sales have begun here in North America, and for some reason video games and consoles are being advertised. What's your take on this, both as a gamer and a parent? August back to school. I mean, I can't. When you're saying so, are they actually? You're talking about when the kids are going back to school, that they're kind of upping the video game adverts. I've got to say, you know what? In the UK, I don't think there is that much advertising of video games. No, maybe I'm just missing them. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, but generally you don't see much. I mean, you do. I have seen the occasional advert for the PlayStation 4 or something, or you know, the occasional Nintendo video for the Switch, but in the main, it's advertising on TV in the UK is it's not very popular. I mean, I'm not aware of it, you know, not another advert type thing. I mean, I have seen a few of them, but it's a medium that they don't seem to really use that much. Probably down to, you know, cost-wise, whatever, but I can't say I've seen any increase in adverts. You know, I mean, our kids, my daughter goes back to school next week. I can't say I've seen any marked increase in advertising. Saying that, in the run up to Christmas time, I think it'll change. You know, all the toys and that kind of stuff, you will see more adverts on it. But yeah, I don't have an issue with it, Kev. I mean, you know, like I said, it's not in your face, so I really don't. As a parent, I don't have an issue with that. So anyway, listen, Kev, thanks for your questions. We always do appreciate it. Next one, in fact, let me just have a wee drink of my water while I read this one. This is Craig Wilson. Thanks, Craig. Would you want one day for there to be just one console and everyone made games for it? Sony, Microsoft and Nintendo, plus all the third parties, Activision, EA, etc. And it played retro titles too. Some folk would say, well, buy a PC, but you'll not get the first party games like Last of Us, Mario Bros, Kart, etc. on PC. I had all the popular consoles over the last few generations, and I would love to own a Switch and an Xbox One this generation, but just don't have the money now, so I would jump at the chance of buying one that plays all the consoles. I stuck with a PS4 this generation, as I like the PS4 first party games and the sheer amount and quality of them. For example, Uncharted 4, God of War, Horizon Zero, good third party support, and last but not least PSVR, but still look on longingly at the first party games on Xbox One and Switch. You know, Craig, that's something I've thought about for a long time. Even in the early days, even in the 8-bit days, I used to think to myself, why couldn't we just have one console? Why can't we just have one platform? Everybody makes games. I mean, that would almost be the most sense, because then you've not got any competition. The only competition you would have as a game developer is other games. I mean, they always say that companies don't make a lot of money through hardware. It's all in the games. So, you know, why couldn't they all come together and do that? Now, I know they tried to do it with the MSX, and then later on with the 3DO. I mean, the MSX, you had the Toshiba, I can't remember the other ones, but anyway, there was various versions of the MSX that were all compatible with each other. The same with the 3DO, you had the Panasonic. You know, was it? You know, I can't even remember. But I know the 3DO was another machine where different companies made the same hardware. Looked slightly different, but they all played the games. It would make a lot of sense. I'm sure there's people out watching this video could probably tell me the reason they don't do it. It's probably all to do with wanting to keep their own IP. I mean, Nintendo wouldn't want anyone else to use their Nintendo brand, because I mean, Nintendo games are what make Nintendo. But there again, if it was a single machine, Nintendo would still make plenty of money through making good games. So yeah, I've always wondered why they haven't done that. Personally, I would like that. As I say, even in the early days, the 8-bits, I used to look on with, jealousy at my mate playing, I don't know, Night Lore or Ant-Attack on his Spectrum. I had a Commodore 64 and always preferred that over the Spectrum, but there was always some games that you would look, what you would see in your mate's computer and you'd think, I wish I could play that. So I don't know why they don't just have one single platform. It would be awesome, because in that way you would get the best of everything, because this one machine would just have all these. And as you say, yeah, the PC is that machine, but the PC doesn't get a lot of big games. Sony, Nintendo, if they were all supporting this generic console, everybody would be happy, I think. So anyway, listen Craig, that's a great question. Next one, Mark the Morose. I'm 50 years old next week and I know you're of a similar fine vintage. Cheers Mark. I've seen huge increases in the number, type, complexity and size of games, as well as many other changes. What aspects of gaming do you think have changed for the better or worse since the long ago days of Atari, Sinclair and Commodore? The better or the worse? This is going to be purely from a personal point of view. I am not, as much as I embrace modern games with their graphics, their sound. For anybody to say that the 8-bit games are better than the games now is talking out a hole in their backside. I love the old style games. I love playing shoot 'em ups, I love playing arcade games. I'm really happy playing all these machines, but I can't play them for any length of time, and I would never ever say that they're better than modern games. But the one thing that puts me off playing modern games, and it's the time that it takes to play. If I load up, I don't know, Drop Zone on the Commodore 64, I can play 2 or 3 games and switch it off and go and do something else. If you get a game for the PS4, you've got to keep playing it, you've got to keep going back to it, or else it's a waste of money. You're paying a fair bit of cash for them, so it's a waste of money. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I'm looking at the clock a bit more, thinking, bloody hell, I've not got that long left, and I don't want to. I want to do things. The time that I've got left in this on this earth, I want to do things that I want to do. I've got so many things I want to do. I'm one of these really, really active people. I love playing video games, I like making videos, I like going out on my bike, I like going out running, I go to a guitar club, I like to cycle, I like, hang out with my mates. So I've got so many things I want to do, plus obviously my family and that kind of stuff as well, take the dogs out for a walk. I've got so many things I want to do and I've not got enough time to do them. So I'm very, very mean when it comes to my own time. That's why I very rarely watch films, because I think to myself, I could spend 2-3 hours watching this film, or else I could go upstairs and play some video games, and I'd usually choose the latter. But yeah, modern games, to me, they require too much investment time-wise. They're too complicated, but everything that I've knocked them for is a plus for most people. Most people like the fact that they're so complex. They're these hugely deep worlds that require a lot of time and investment to explore and craft things, make food and that kind of stuff. It's all these positives that are the negatives for me. I much prefer the pick up and play aspect of video games. I wonder what that was. It's the dishwasher. I got a fright there. I thought something was kicking off next door. So yeah, that's the side that I miss. That's the side that I miss, the simplicity of the pick up and play that you had with old games. With modern games, I like the fact that the picture looks better. There's no fine about with aerials. Excuse me, I'll one little second, let's turn that off. You can be quiet. Yeah, there's no pissing about the aerials. You just plug in the HDMI cable, away you go. I like the fact that it's all cordless controllers. You can basically veg out on a seat and play a game. I like the fact that there's quite a few games all in one system, so you're not going to piss about with tapes or anything like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, loading isn't always instant. I mean, you try and load Last of Us or Grand Theft Auto 5 and it'll take a good couple of minutes to load a game, but I like the oh bloody hell, what am I looking for? The ease of use with modern consoles. That's just the. I also like the fact that you can play games that just look sublime. They look absolutely incredible. I mean, you get these open worlds like this is Grand Theft Auto 5. They're just incredible looking, absolutely incredible. The Last of Us. I mean, it's real believable landscapes that you're in. So yeah, I do really enjoy modern games. I don't play them that often, but I really do enjoy them. So yeah, plus the ease of use and that kind of stuff. But then I do miss the simple pick up and play. So I like a bit of both. But anyway, listen, that's a great question, Mark. Next up is Chris Gadget UK 164. What is the system that has surprised you the most with regards to having great games and being a great system in general, excluding the C64, as we know you love that? A system that I really enjoy. It's a bit left field, and it's going to be the PC Engine and the PC Engine Duo, which was the CD based one. I say recently, I've only had the PC Engine for maybe a year, and I got the PC Engine Duo, whatever you call it, Duo, D-U-O, Duo, about, 3-4 months ago. It's got both the PC Engine and that. There's some incredible games for it. There's a lot of really original Japanese games, some amazing shoot 'em ups, some absolutely fantastic arcade games, arcade conversions. I mean, there's R-Type, there's Galaga 88, there's loads of really good shoot 'em ups, some real original games. I've probably played that more than my Mega Drive or my SNES. I mean, I didn't actually own a Mega Drive back in the day, but I did own a SNES. But there's more games in the PC Engine that I play. So yeah, I would say the PC Engine Duo with the CD. I mean, the CD is similar, but it has more kind of graphics. The card, you can get a card for it, which upgrades it, so it gives you kind of better graphics, better levels. But some of the games are just completely original, and most of them aren't available in anything else. So you're getting real original games. So yeah, I would definitely go for the PC Engine. There's some other great systems out there as well, but I would say the PC Engine, I think it is. So anyway, listen Chris, thanks for that, buddy. Right, second from last, guys. Mr. Batman, how do you feel the retro scene will be in 10-20 years time? Will we still be waxing lyrical about 8, 16, 32-bit games, or will we be looking back at the current gen of games and getting misty-eyed over Xbox One, PS4 and Switch games? 10, 20 years time. With any luck, I'll still be playing video games, and hopefully you will too as well, but I think guys like ourselves will still be getting misty-eyed over the spectrum and things, but you know what, I think today's generation, I'm talking about people about my daughter's age, I don't think they'll get nostalgic over things. Maybe they will, maybe they're thinking, you're maybe thinking, don't talk so much pish. My mum and dad were nostalgic about things, and I'm nostalgic about things. I mean, I'm ridiculously nostalgic about things, to the point I sometimes think to myself, I need to, and I'm not talking about video games, sometimes I just, when I'm driving the car, I think about things, I hear a particular song, and it just transports me right back to a time when things were, happy, a young boy, you know, still living at home, whatever. So I dare say my daughter will get nostalgic. I think as far as video games go, I don't know. We were lucky enough to live in a generation where we were there at the very, very cusp of this whole thing kicking off. We were there when it was the ZX81, when it was Space Invaders, when it was Galaxian, when we got a Commodore 64, a Spectrum and Amstrad, we got the Mega Drive, the PC. We got to see all these steps, you know, starting from there and evolve into what we're used to now. And you know, that is super exciting. But I think kids now, they're just used to games. I mean, let's be honest, games since, I mean, my daughter, she's 13. When did the PlayStation, or when did the Xbox 360 come out? 10 years ago, was it? I don't know. It's been out for at least 10 years, I think. So my daughter is pretty much used to games on, you know, games that look HD. So now when she plays a game in the PS4 or the PC, whatever it is, she doesn't ever say to me, "Wow, look at the graphics in that, Dad, that looks amazing." They're just used, it's a generation that have been born into HD graphics, you know, online gameplay, whatever. So I don't think that generation will have the same nostalgia for games that we have. I mean, you know, back in the day, it was all very much brands. It was, you know, PlayStation, not PlayStation, it was Spectrum, Commodore, BBC, Amstrad. You were always in one particular camp, so you could relate to it. So I can look back and say, yeah, the Spectrum or the Commodore or whatever. But now, you know, a game, let's be honest, a game in a PlayStation 4 is identical to on the Xbox One or the Switch. They all look the same. So I don't think kids will remember. They may remember games, but I don't think they'll really remember. They'll not relate that game to a particular brand, like, you know, or the PlayStation 4, whatever. I think they'll just think about a game in particular, maybe. So I don't think they've got the same connection to games that we had back in the day, because we were like, you know, you were in one camp, whether it was Spectrum, Commodore, whatever, Atari. Whereas now it's just games, and then a lot of gaming now as well is done on mobile phones. And again, you don't think about the platform you're playing it on, you just think about the game itself. So I might be talking absolute bollocks. There possibly will be the nostalgia side of things, but I don't think. What was the question again? Yeah, that's right. You're talking about nostalgia for old systems. I think it's certainly, as long as guys like ourselves are still alive, we will still be waxing lyrical and getting all misty-eyed and nostalgic when we think about playing Bruce Lee. But I think there still will be a certain degree of nostalgia, but I don't think it will be to the same extent as us. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, Bart, thanks for your question, buddy. And very, very last, I think it is, yep. Bop MC, your thoughts on vintage computer magazine scans. Do you feel this is a great way of preserving a gaming journalistic legacy? If you read magazine scans, do you read them on PC, tablet or phone? I enjoy reading them on my phone during quiet periods at work. It's great to have entire magazine collections stored on a small SD card viewable on a convenient mobile screen. I wish I had all my originals, but sadly I just don't have the space for anyone any more than 100 or so. Your thoughts? Yeah, that's a great question. I have got, I don't know how many space-wise. I have got, I wouldn't say thousands, I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of magazine scans. I mean, like yourself, I used to buy video game magazines all the time, and you know, like most people, I threw them out. Saying that, I do have quite a lot of magazines. I mean, I've got every single edition of Retro Gamer, and I'm talking about from issue 1, not the re-released issue 1, the original issue 1. I still get the magazine, I still subscribe to it. I think I've got about a year and a half's worth I've never even looked at, I've never opened. I do find there's less and less in the magazine that I'm interested in. So that's the only magazine I currently buy. But I've got a lot of Zap magazines. I've got quite a few Crash magazines. I've got a lot of old magazines in the loft, but the problem is the space they take up. You know, I simply don't have the space, so that's why they're in the loft. So magazine wise, if I'm going to do any reading, it will be PDFs. Now I did buy, well, it was a kind of joint purchase. I did buy a iPad Pro maybe 6 months ago. Well, primarily for myself, so I can read magazines, because the iPad Pro, the screen is literally that size, so I can read a magazine and it's like holding the actual magazine in your hand. You're getting the full size, which is excellent. I have tried to read PDF magazines on my phone or on like normal iPads, but it's difficult, especially on a phone. It's not really practical. You need to have really good eyesight to be able to read it on a phone. I mean, I know you can flip your phone landscape and sort of, you know, scroll, but that's quite a chore doing that. But yeah, this is, I've got my iPad Pro, which I do use, although my daughter tends to hog that. She uses it for drawing and that kind of stuff, so I don't get access to it very often. But you know, I very rarely actually read proper magazines. You know, I do miss. You can't go for a bath and read a piece. I would never take the iPad in the bath with me. I do a lot of reading in the bath. You know, so magazines were excellent for that kind of thing. But yeah, I do that all the time. So anyway, listen guys, thank you very much for all the questions. The subscriber numbers is steadily going up, which is wonderful. I'm not far off 1,500 subscribers, which is pretty amazing when I think it was just about a year ago I was at 500. So you know, it's been a nice increase. As usual, you know, the support that you guys give me is awesome, and I really appreciate it. There's always lots of nice comments, and I know I keep saying it like a broken record, but comments is so important to people who make YouTube, because that's our way, or my way, of seeing that people are actually watching what I'm doing. And when, you know, you can't beat when somebody says great video, yeah, it makes you feel $1 million, and it makes you want to continue doing this. Like I said, it's been the last few weeks, being back at work, it's been quite tiring, and I've not done a lot on the YouTube front. I mean, the videos that I'm putting out just now I made a few weeks ago when I was on holiday. I've got a couple that are kind of half made, which I'll need to get finished over the weekend. But yeah, but like I said guys, thanks as always to all your current support. I'm actually only booked it yesterday. Myself and my daughter are going to Insomnia next weekend, which is down in Birmingham NEC I think it is. We're driving down on the Saturday. Now it's a hell of a long way. I mean, from Livingston or Edinburgh to Birmingham it's about 5 hours. We're driving down on the Saturday. We're staying overnight in Birmingham, a travel lodge in Birmingham, and we'll be there on the Sunday. My daughter loves it because they have, you know, they've got stuff like Overwatch and they have different gaming competitions. It's not so much retro, it's more modern stuff. So there's stuff for me, but one of the reasons I'm going, and I picked the Sunday, is because Ashens, he's going to be there. Now, like a lot of YouTubers, I follow Ashens quite a lot. I think he's, you know, the guy's just amazing. He's got an amazing channel. His sense of humour is second to none. So he's doing a talk, so I'm really looking forward to going down and meeting a bit of a YouTube legend. That'll be awesome. If any of you guys happen to be going, please let me know. If you happen to bump into me, come up and say hello. I'll keep the beard. I don't know what you think of my beard. I quite like it actually. I've had some good feedback about it. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to Insomnia next Saturday, which, whatever date that is, I don't know what date it is. I'll be there, no, not on the Saturday, I'm going on the Sunday. So if you happen to be there and you see me, come up and say hello. But that is it guys. It just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching guys, and as usual, have a nice weekend.